Hey everybody, so my name is Alan. I'm a new face in this partner organization. I am the product lead over storefronts, which includes Makeswift, Stencil, Catalyst, as well as now the developer ecosystem. And Christina's going to join me on stage in a minute here, but I figure I'd take a moment to introduce myself. So I came in via acquisition. I was the co-founder and CEO of Makeswift. We came in about 2.5 years ago, and I had a kid, I had a baby about 7 months ago. And during my paternity leave, oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, he's happy and healthy, and he's amazingly cute. But during my paternity leave, I get a call like right in the middle of it. It'd been the first time I've unplugged in a long time, and I got a call from my boss Vipul, our chief product officer, asking if I wanted to take the opportunity during all the organization changes to take over developer experience and think about the partner ecosystem and how to improve that. And I was actually very excited about this opportunity because this is something that I'm super passionate about. You know, I don't have a background in partner ecosystem, but I'm a developer. I built a lot of the Makeswift builder experience. So those of you who have used Makeswift and played around with it, that's a lot of my work with the team. A lot of that's been rewritten these days, but I know what it's like to use tools. I know what good developer ecosystems feel like, and I know what bad ones feel like. And I think there's a lot of opportunity here. I think I see a lot of really engaged partners. I see a lot of really exciting things that are being built on top of our platform, and I think there's a ton of opportunity for us to make things a lot better. So, with that, let's talk about the agenda of what I want to cover today. So, first thing, JD mentioned this, is we need to give better visibility into our product roadmap. We also need to talk about some of the things that we want to improve with the way that we communicate. So we're going to talk about our strategic bets, what we're fixing, what's on the roadmap, what's next. Then Christina's going to come out and talk about all of the work that we're doing in our API layer for the humans, and then ultimately agents on top of that. And then lastly, we have some exciting new updates to the developer experience that I want to showcase, including a new docs experience. So let's start talking about our roadmap here. So this year, we've broken out our strategic bets into 6 different product areas: agentic commerce, storefront, BC payments, B2B, multi-channel, and brilliant basics. And I'm going to quickly kind of go through some of these roadmap slides. There's a lot of information here, so whip out your phone quick if you want to capture it. But I'm going to call out a few highlights. So under core strengths, which is a lot of the foundational work that we need to solidify within our base, we have bulk coupons, back orders, returns. Then under storefront, we have Makeswift on Stencil, kind of a little preview of what's going to come tomorrow, but Makeswift on Stencil is here. We're going to give a really exciting demo tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. AI translations, there's BC payments. Under B2B, you'll see PO agent, unified checkout, custom quote templates. And then lastly, our agentic commerce roadmap, which includes things like the ADK integration, BC companion, and data enrichment. So to get a little bit more into detail, actually, before we get into detail, these are the problems and the opportunities I see that we need to fix within the way that we communicate the roadmap. So first off, I want to redesign the intake channels so that we meet you where you are, likely Slack, Teams, the chat channels that you're already communicating with our teams with. We want to figure out ways to integrate our tooling into that so that way we can close the loop better, right? When there's an issue, there's feedback, we want to get the product managers involved. We want you to feel like you have a direct connection to the relevant team that can actually make that change for you, give you a receipt of that change, and then close the loop. That's a system that I really want to build so that way we can have better, tighter communication, because a lot of the issues that we need to fix are small. They're in the weeds. We need a way to be able to aggregate it, prioritize it, get it in the roadmap. We want to make sure that those real-time status updates pushed into your channels, and figure out a way to get that roadmap service to you so that way as it naturally evolves over time, you can get real-time updates of that roadmap. And to give you some more information about the APIs, I'm going to bring Christina back out here.
Yeah. Hello everyone, excited to see you all. So I wanted to open up the presentation around APIs for humans and agents with an announcement. So as of today, we're opening up access to Storefront MCP to every store on a platform. So what it means, if you navigate to developer documentation right now, there is a new section called MCP where all the relevant MCP server and tools are going to be documented. So this section is going to be growing. So what it means, not sandbox only, live transacting stores available globally to any store starting from today. So if you have been waiting for the right moment to start building on top of MCP, this moment is now. This is how it looks like in practice. So a shopper describing what they want in a natural language and getting results that actually match. So this style advisor is built on top of MCP and conversational search, which you can also opt in to use today. Those two coupled together create a cohesive experience that mirrors how customers actually think and shop. So what we are releasing basically, Storefront for you cuts the time from idea to live agent experience dramatically. You can deliver personalized conversational shopping experience. You can get a faster path to shipping AI features, not starting from the scratch anymore. And you can actually build for where commerce is going. So that's the foundation. And now let me show you what you can actually build on top of that. So let me give you some ideas just to spark the thinking, because honestly, the best things you will build with MCP would be the things that we haven't thought of yet, but just a couple of examples. So imagine a fashion stylist agent that can ask about the occasion, body type, existing wardrobe, and then map it to the full outfit across multiple products. Or like a sports gear finder that matches the product to activity level or climate or skill level. Or think about like a skincare brand that could ask a few questions and then land a shopper to exactly right products. So something like a quiz to cart, which can be monetized as a conversion optimization tool. Or think of the embeddable widget for different occasion hooks like Father's Day or birthday or holiday. So gifting is like high emotional, high frequency, which makes it being a perfect use case for conversational shopping experience. Or last but not least, imagine one agent, and this is relevant to a lot of customers running on the platform today, one agent across multiple stores or multiple storefronts, something like find me the best option across these 3 brands. So this is like a real enterprise problem and you can solve it today. So those are just some directions. The surface area here is actually enormous, and what you build for your business or your clients in your verticals with your expertise on top, this is what actually makes it really interesting. So available today, check out developer documentation, available globally across all the stores. Now let's shift the gears to recent API releases. So localization is the first end-to-end workflow we have built entirely in GraphQL. We've heard your feedback. We hate stitching different APIs together, so this is the time. I'm going to show you what's possible when the whole journey lives in one API. So here you can see our furniture brand called Forma. This is a stencil storefront available in 3 languages with URL subpath generated automatically. Now let's translate the content. So everything around catalog, products categories, navigation, checkout, promotions. And now, if we jump over into what customers are going to see, this is the language selector. The whole experience is translated and consistent across PDP all the way to cart and checkout. And from there, all of that is available through GraphQL APIs. So first, Locales Management API. You can configure and manage languages. Then Translations API. You can manage all the different content translations in GraphQL and extended Storefront GraphQL queries. So now, locale aware, returning languages, translated content, and URL path based on the locale you provide. So from setup to storefront rendering, all there end-to-end in GraphQL. And oh, thank you. I was hoping for some excitement. Thank you. And now let's talk about how we are making B2B integrations faster and more reliable. I know a lot of you in the room are building a lot of B2B solutions, so we wanted to make this exciting for you. So first, B2B edition webhooks. So this is huge. Real-time events replacing polling. So faster builds, linear systems, downstream integrations that stay in sync without the overhead. And we are covering all the three areas that matter the most. So companies, addresses and users, super admin, and quotes. So use this webhooks, event-driven, batch jobs when you're building new integrations. If you're still running legacy connectors that are still polling for B2B data, this is the moment for you to move them over. Next, pricing. And this one is a big deal for anyone working with complex B2B merchants. So one source, many tiers. Merchants that are running thousands of price lists today can easily collapse that down to possibly 30. So this means less duplication, fewer sync jobs, less complexity to maintain. And the fallback logic works fully automatically as we resolve the price from PDP to cart to checkout. And for you building solutions on top of that, no app or storefront changes are actually needed. The fallback resolves invisibly through the existing endpoints. And before we move on, some important update and heads up. So this needs your attention today. We are introducing some API breaking changes that we need to innovate further. So enforcement goes live on May 3rd. Quote UUID is now required. Same company creation API now require customer email. So if you're running a custom buyer portal, custom checkout, or a headless storefront calling our APIs directly, please check your integration today before your next customer quotes. And with that, over to Alan to share Catalyst updates.
I'm back. So let's talk about Catalyst for a second. I know there's a lot of questions around Catalyst, the investment, the roadmap, the plan. I wanted to quickly touch on where we're at. So native hosting is in alpha today. It'll be in open beta by the end of Q2. Native hosting is our Cloudflare deployment infrastructure for Catalyst, which is our Next.js headless storefront framework. And the beta is going to be a command line interface with log retention and custom domains. So it's going to be something that you can hook into your tooling with your agents, but it'll be a way to get your Catalyst storefront onto hosting. It's going to be no additional cost. Is probably the most important thing that you care about. And then beyond that, there's some behind the scenes work that we're doing that's not necessarily something that's customer facing that we're shipping, but we are extracting out the Catalyst SDK. Today, Catalyst is just a giant reference theme. A lot of the tools that were built into it are actually in the reference theme. We're going to be pulling those out into libraries to make maintenance a lot easier. So that's a big part of the roadmap. In addition, we're going to be expanding that tool coverage to include B2B. So that way we can have native B2B inside of Catalyst. As well, I think we get this a lot of times. People ask, does Makeswift have APIs? Makeswift has APIs today. They're in beta, and I put the beta sticker on there because I think the biggest thing that people are asking when they're asking for Makeswift APIs is the ability to programmatically ingest content. We do not have those APIs today, but if you peeped that roadmap slide earlier, structured content is on the way this year. We're working on that, and those will come with APIs. But we do have APIs today for creating sites, pages, locales. We're going to add in more APIs pretty soon here for publishes, so that way you can hook into publishing workflows with our scheduled publishing feature, as well as synchronizing across multiple, areas of integration. So Makeswift does have APIs. Just wanted to be a little PSA there. As well as, I mentioned Makeswift on Stencil. You're going to see some demos of that tomorrow. But where this is going is the theme ecosystem is going to be completely transformed over the next year. And what's going to happen is that we're going to have the theme files, the Stencil theme files, but we're going to also be introducing a new next generation theme that is designed from the ground up for Makeswift. It's going to be probably running React with Storefront Kit in it, which is our new UI library that's going to be shared across Catalyst and Stencil. And then a lot of the theme itself is going to be built directly inside of Makeswift. So that way we can actually produce a lot more themes, and the overhead of creating those themes is much less than what it is in the Stencil ecosystem. It's less code, it's more inside of Makeswift, and we're looking for people to partner with. So if you're very interested in getting into this early, theme development with us, you're design oriented, you want to figure out, what components we need to create, which we're going to have some pretty cool demos of new components that we're going to ship out of the box. We're looking for ideas and inspiration. So please find us. We'd love to collaborate. Makeswift Themes is on its way. And then I'm going to let Christina wrap up here really quick about Feedonomics APIs.
Hope you missed me. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Ellen. So we've been hearing from a lot of you that Feedonomics is such a cool product. Like, can you give us more updates on what we're building there, what it can do? So we've on purpose included that section to give you an update around Feedonomics API. So Feedonomics is a leading solution for aggregating data, optimizing it, and then exposing to any source where people shop. This includes agentic channels, this includes checkout experience, and we have a handful of APIs powering all of that. So first, it's the event-driven sync API. So think of connecting the source data from whatever the source could be, where your catalog is, and keeping it in sync, always in sync, with a full event-driven based API system. Then it's content APIs. So content APIs is what allow you to retrieve fully optimized catalog data, for example, for exporting it or for reviewing your catalog. Then we have taxonomy API. So taxonomy API is what allows you to upload any custom taxonomy that you might have for your catalog. So this could be relevant for, I don't know, supplier onboarding for B2B or retailer or marketplace. And taxonomy API is also what's powering categorization, automatic schema mapping. It's what's powering attributes generation. And this is basically what's opening up your catalogs to be ready for agentic commerce. Then we have FeedAmp. So FeedAmp is powering order orchestration and fulfillment. There is an API behind this experience available for all of you to use. We have FeedAmp Orders API, which allows you to retrieve order data from all the different sales channels. So this can include your marketplaces, your social channels, your e-commerce platform, all of that retrievable to then process order automation and fulfillment available through Feedonomics APIs. And all of that is building the foundation that is then driving the discovery to shopping and then shopping to post-order processing, all powered through Feedonomics APIs. And to wrap this up, like everything that we've been showing you, starting from MCP, search, all the way to Feedonomics, data enrichment, catalog optimization. It is what's powering building agentic commerce. And I wanted to give you opportunity to scan this QR code. This is the page that we are running for all of you to get access to all the different agentic commerce solutions that are available on a platform today. There is a huge list of things there available across BigCommerce, Feedonomics, Makeswift. So please tick the boxes for anything you might be interested in and submit this form. And from there, I'm welcoming Alan back to talk about the docs update. Thank you.
Last switch, I promise. That was the last handoff. So very excited to walk through a new docs experience. I think I alluded to this earlier, but we just shipped a new docs site, and it goes beyond just being a new experience. I mean, that's obviously a big part of it. It comes with a new AI agent built into it, so you can chat with it like you would expect in a modern doc site. The search is blazing fast now. But the biggest thing that we changed was our internal processes around how we can update that. So previously, docs was a centralized function. If you wanted to make a change to docs, you'd have to put in a ticket. There's a lot of back and forth, a lot of handoffs. The docs person would have to go figure out all the context around the ticket, work with a PM, and then finally it would get into production. We realized that we needed to shorten that loop, reduce the handoffs, and make it so that way the product team, engineers, anyone in the entire organization that sees a change is empowered to go fix it. So we migrated to a new platform called Fern, which has been amazing. There's a new process internally where people can basically just tag an issue with docs. As we set up better channels of communication with you all too, we want to figure out ways to allow y'all to also contribute to docs as well, potentially, or at least make it so that way when you flag an issue with the docs, the resolution time is basically instant. And we're already seeing good usage of that. We're starting to crowdsource changes. So this is really about improving the quality of docs, because when I think about docs as probably the most important thing that we can do for your agentic coding tooling, right? If you're using coding tools, you need really good examples, guides. You need the docs to be accurate. You need to reduce redundancy. You don't want to have two things saying different things because it's just going to trip up the AI. So in order for us to fix that across all of our documentation surface area, which there's a lot inside of it, we needed a way to expand who can make those changes and allow the PMs that have been looking at little things here and there that they want to change, the ability to rapidly do that. So without further ado, I'm going to let the Chris on my team, who led this entire initiative, walk you through it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Nowicki, and I'm the product lead of documentation here at Commerce. And today I'm excited to show you our new documentation experience across 3 of our product lines: BigCommerce, MakeSwift, and Feedonomics, all built on the same platform. So let's get into it. Searching is fast. Hit Command or Control K from anywhere, and the search window will open up, filter by section to find exactly what you need. Once you're in the API reference section, you can try out an endpoint. All you have to do is enter in your token, make sure you have the right store hash, and then perform your request. Once that's done, you can look at the result, and you can even expand the result window to copy and paste the results and do what you need with it. Every page has Ask AI. You can ask a question in plain language and get an answer sourced directly from our docs with citations that you can click to verify. You can also filter by section to keep results focused. Now with page actions, you can take any page with you by copying a page, asking a question with the AI assistant, viewing the page as markdown, or opening it up in your LLM like ChatGPT, and even connecting the MCP server for the docs directly to Cursor. If something is unclear or wrong, you can leave feedback at the page level or at the code block level. Make sure you leave as much detail as possible so we can get things corrected, or let us know that the page was helpful. That always gives our team a little bit of a morale boost. And of course, leave your email. That way we can get back to you and let you know that we're working on your suggestion or we appreciate your feedback. And the changelog tab keeps you up to date on what's changed. You can subscribe via RSS so you never miss an update. You can even filter for the type of update to narrow down exactly what you're looking for what's changed. We really hope you like our new docs experience. Now go and check it out and let us know what you think. Thanks.
Awesome. So a couple quick call outs here. The feedback is super, super, super important. So the biggest ask for you all is, as you're using docs, we just ask you, please take a second, leave us feedback, positive or negative. Be as brutally honest as you need to. If there's a code block that doesn't work, we need to know about it so we can make it better. So that's the main ask. So let's wrap up real fast. There's a couple last problems that are on the top of our minds that we want to solve. One is thinking about the developer portal. This is where I need a lot of feedback. Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm a founder. I'm not a partner person, so I'm kind of coming at this like a founder would, right? I want to just solve this from first principles. I want to understand what is the problem with the current partner experience. What are the problems in the developer portal? Where do we need to invest our efforts? So please find me afterwards if you have feedback on this or have strong opinions. I want to hear them. I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. I didn't build any of it, so please just let me know. On the feedback side, again, we've heard you guys. We understand that there needs to be better feedback loops, so we're going to be working on that. And then there's a new PRM coming, whatever that means. So I think that I got to get with JD to figure out what we're thinking there. So overall, we're looking at new tooling. There's new people in seat. We're very excited to tackle the challenges that we have in front of us around the partner ecosystem. And with that, if you have any questions, I guess they took out the question slide. If you have any questions, please come find me afterwards or find Ben. Ben, where are you at? Right there, Ben Marks. He's joining the team to help us with community and AI labs. So if you have any questions about any of those programs, please find either of us. And yeah, we're super excited to work with you all. Thanks so much.